Hi, it's Stuart Fraser, PGA Professional at Sneinton Golf, and today we're here to review the brand new Cobra King Aerojet driver. So the new Aerojet comes in three different models. There's the conventional Aerojet, we've got the Aerojet Max, which is the draw enhancing one, great for all you slicers out there, and the Aerojet LS, which is supposed to be a lower spin version. Now all three of these come with a few new features that Cobra have introduced, and it looks, this is the first thing I've really got to mention, is the looks are phenomenal. Especially the LS, which is a slightly smaller footprint than the old one. They're supposed to have made this a lot more aerodynamic, get it travelling faster through the air, but they've introduced a new hot face to this driver as well, which is different from the old milled infinity face that they used to use on a few other drivers as well. But they've really cleaned the bottom of this up as well, so it looks really tidy. Also, in terms of new technology, they've introduced a new power bridge, which is supposed to again make the face a little hotter, more stable, more forgiving. Really excited to try this driver, because also the other thing I haven't mentioned so far is this sits a little bit below all the other premium drivers on the market in terms of price point. So will the money savings still mean that you get as many features and benefits as some of the other drivers on the market? Let's have a go and find out. I've got to say, like one or two other drivers on the market this year, everything seems to sound out of this world. Makes a really encouraging noise. From the few shots I've hit so far, this driver seems really forgiving. Whether this is the setup of the driver, it's perfect for me, or whether Cobra have done something truly revolutionary here. I've barely mishit this thing today, and I've hit quite a few shots with it so far. It feels outrageous. That launch is really high. From the numbers I've seen briefly so far, extremely low spin. And this is just the normal Aerojet, so the LS is going to spin even lower than this. Now in terms of head shape, comparing it to the other two, this one sits right in the middle. The LS is definitely a little bit deeper, the back's a bit higher. The head's a little bit more compact and more aerodynamic, but I quite like the shape of this one as well. And as for the Max, you can tell it's the draw enhancing one, slightly different shape to the back. The back's much lower to basically encourage a higher ball flight and something that doesn't fly left to right, so a bit more draw enhancing. But I like the shape of them all, and as mentioned, they've really tidied the bottom up here, and I think the branding on this is absolutely spot on. Now we've got to mention again the two new parts of technology, which is the PWRSHELL face, which is basically variable face thickness, which allows the face to be more consistent, higher ball speeds right across the face. But what enables this is the power bridge just suspended above the sole there. Now this is a new structure which enables the sole to flex more as well, delivering greater ball speeds, but it also allows them to move the CG much further forward. Now obviously this is going to lower spin as well, which is crucial. High launch, low spin is obviously everybody's dream when it comes to hitting driver. Gives you those perfect launch conditions to get the ball as far out there as you can. We're going to have a few more shots with this and really find out how this performs, but I am really excited by this so far. It sounds fantastic, and the new tech in it certainly seems to make a lot of sense. Let's have a few shots, let's put this through its paces. So now having truly put these through the paces, I've got the numbers there in front of me for all three drivers. They all feel and sound amazing. I've got to say this, you've got to have a go with this product to understand just how great this sounds off the club face. Really satisfying noise, and they all do a really different job, which is great because they're all designed to do that. They're all designed at different markets, different golfers. The worst performing for me, predictably, was the Max. I got that going a bit spinny, a bit further left, much higher, but it's extremely heel weighted, so I would fully expect that result. But I feel as though, I hit this a long way left, I feel as though that would be fantastic for the average golfer that hits the ball to the right hand side and slices it. Really excited to do some custom fit sessions with that with one or two slices. The LS was lower spin, so I've really got that spin lowered down, and it flew lower than what the normal Aerojet did. I didn't find as that it was any harder to hit. I've swung it well today and hit a lot of shots out the centre, so I suppose it's not a completely true test, but I love the feel of that. And if anything, the club head speed with that was a tiny bit higher than with the other three drivers. So the aero technology in the head, the new shaping of the head, seems to work. Cobra claim that will produce an extra 1.5 miles an hour compared to the limited X LS that it was up against. And I gained just less than 1 mile an hour. But there are certainly some gains to be had with that. So yeah, really interesting product. Weirdly, the best one for me was the normal Aerojet. Again, hit it higher launch, which was fantastic. But I had a spin of just over 1900 with this, launching it at like just over 13 degrees. I have never, ever produced those kind of numbers with any driver. Worth noting, and this thing really flew. Today, tested this against 1 or 2 other products as well, and this was the best performing driver. Really interesting. It feels out of this world. You've simply got to say get booked in and have a go with this thing, because the Aerojet really is a winner. Cobra have produced something really special. The new technology they've put in this head seems to work. It sounds better than last year, it feels better than last year, and as far as I've seen so far, it also goes better than last year. Thanks for watching our review on the King Cobra Aerojet driver range. Don't forget to subscribe for more great reviews coming soon, and I'll see you again shortly.